Welcome to the Rite Cleveland Marathon.
Annual Rite Cleveland Marathon race weekend. So welcome, this is the beginning of the full weekend. And we are proud to say that this is the biggest and the best race yet, and if that announcement sounds familiar, it is, because we just keep breaking records. So if you were here last year, you might remember that I did a little focus on the numbers to start off the party. So let's think of this as version 2.0, because I'm going to give you the numbers all over again, since runners are all about numbers. I know you guys like your finishing times and your calories burned and your countdowns and your pace charts. So, since counting the numbers is fitting, we're going to do the numbers this year for the Rite Cleveland Marathon. Let's start big. 19,000 runners. A mighty forceful event record, and a chance for even more after tomorrow's registration. So, thank you all for your help to get to 19,000. The number 9 is the number of consecutive increases in participation in the Cleveland Marathon. 9 years in a row of record and consecutive increases. 2, the number of events that sold out by early May. That's the half marathon and the full marathon, both sold out. 705, the number of Cleveland Metropolitan School District students who will run their last 1.2 miles of a full marathon with us on race day as part of the We Run the City Youth program. 19, the number of neighborhood parties that have been organized by our friends in the neighborhood development corporations along the course. Thank you to everybody who's been planning these parties all year. 11 is the number of Cleveland Marathon charities we had just 2 years ago. This year, we have 33 charities participating as the Cleveland Marathon charities. And along that line, just 1 year ago, we had 800 runners who were running on behalf of a charity. This year, we're going to have more than 2,100 people participating on behalf of a charity that's dear to their heart. Now, for the number of cities that can showcase 3 pro stadiums, the second largest theater district in the nation, a massive cultural gardens, a world-renowned hospital, and run past a great lake and a river, all in 26.2 miles. That number is 1. We'd like to thank the City of Cleveland for being a valued partner and for being a beautiful backdrop to this race. Introduce the one and only Executive Race Director of the Rite Cleveland Marathon, Mr. Jack Staff.
Awfully quiet. Thank you, Lee. Thank you for the introduction, and thank you for your dedication and commitment to this race. Maybe I should say races, because as Lee mentioned, we have a 5K and a kids race tomorrow. We have a marathon, a half marathon, and a 10K on Sunday. Before I go any further, I want to thank the Hyatt Hotel for putting this event on, namely Robert Kellmeyer, Gary Gilroyan, Christine Stanley, Savannah. I hope I got that right. Alexander Lumpke for putting together yet another fantastic VIP reception. This Sunday, we'll have the 34th running of the Cleveland Marathon. Its beginning goes back to 1978 when I was a young man, and it was a time when people didn't understand the excitement and the value of running marathons and road racing in general. Today, running has become a major portion of the lives of many people, and because of the hard work of the people in this area, and most of them in this room, our race has become a Northeastern Ohio tradition, and it will continue as far as Ralph and I and our staff in Cleveland will continue working on it. Now, we said we expect 19,000 runners. I'm going to say we expect 20,000 runners, and thousands more volunteers and spectators Saturday and Sunday. Many communities have risen to the opportunity of the occasion of putting together parties in the various neighborhoods. We've come a long way in 34 years. When I started out in this business, we were considered a nuisance. Now we're considered an event that the city of Cleveland is proud of. 6 or 7 years ago, my son Ralph and I sat down and we drew a plan, and we said we want to make this race bigger and better. And so what ultimately occurred was we put together from that plan a mission statement. And the mission statement simply was, number one, we were going to put on an event where anybody who was willing to train and do the work could participate. And I think having upwards of 20,000 people, I think we've gotten pretty close to our goal, but we're not satisfied yet. Then we wanted to be part of stimulating the economy in Cleveland and Northeast Ohio. This race channels dollars into positive activity that causes jobs to be developed and economic growth to flourish. This weekend, all the major hotels in Cleveland are sold out. We're working with a group to do a new economic impact study, and all indications are it's going to be about $20 million just for the weekend. Thirdly, we wanted Lee mentioned, we have a charity program. We wanted to use our race, we wanted charities to use our race as a fundraiser. Last year, 11 charities raised $350,000. This year we have 31 charities, and we expect conservatively to be over $500,000. Once we detailed our plan and our mission statement, it was necessary to find so-called meat on the bone. We needed partners to carry out our mission. And last year, for the first time, the city of Cleveland became an official partner of our race. I want to thank Mayor Frank Jackson and his conference staff for the dedicated and hard work that they put forth for us in enabling us to keep our mission true. The next set of partners are really the lifeline of this race, and there are the next part are our sponsors and our partners who provide both human and financial resources for us. And I need to identify each one. Rite, our title sponsor, American Breeding, Carmex, Anderson, Stop Pain, Joint Flex, Thermal Pads, Purcell, Coca-Cola, E&J Keller Winery, Hershey's, Miller's Genuine Draft, Nestle's Pure Life, Diamond Foods. Now, if you just had this vision, you walk to a Rite Aid store and you saw all these products, you're right. But Rite Aid is responsible for bringing all of these sponsors in. Not only do they contribute, they go out and they encourage their vendors to also participate and support the race. The City of Cleveland, the Cleveland Clinic, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Cleveland Browns, the Cleveland Institute of Art, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Greater Cleveland Science Center, and ASIC Sports. I'm happy to say this is the 9th year with Rite Aid. It's been a great partnership for the race and for the city. Without Rite Aid, I would clearly not be able to put this race on. It's that simple. So, I'd like to recognize Jeff Turner, the Regional Vice President of Rite Aid, and ask him to say a few words. Jeff?
Thanks, Jack. Now, these are not my speaking points, but as I was mingling with Jack a little bit this evening, he wanted me to remind everyone how much he looks like a cross between Brad Pitt and George Clooney. So I got that in there.
You told me to say that too.
It wasn't in the talk.
Promote enough, maybe it'll come true.
Thank you, Jack. Rite Aid has been the title sponsor since 2003, and over the past 9 years, we've seen a lot of positive updates into things in Cleveland. We're very pleased to bring health and fitness to the great city of Cleveland through this wonderful event and under our Rite Aid name. It's a true pleasure. As we always say at Rite Aid, with us it's personal, and what better than this event to perfectly assimilate that model. Since we had joined the event in 2003, participation in the race has grown by over 280%. That's incredible. Can you believe that both the full and half marathons are sold out tomorrow? And this weekend's events For the third straight year, we'll see times when we've experienced that. So that deserves a round of applause right there. Again, I want to personally thank Jack and Ralph's staff, as well as their colleagues, for doing such a phenomenal job with this event year over year. They're the reason this event continues to grow and is so strongly funded and supported by our communities. So a round of applause for those individuals. We can't wait to see the 19,000 plus, right around 20,000 runners and walkers on Saturday and Sunday partake in this event. We're so proud that we can help provide the avenue for so many people to complete such an amazing accomplishment. We also hope that you all stop by the Rite Aid booth at the Expo tomorrow to see all the health and fitness gear that's available for our runners and walkers, as well as there's a lot of health professionals in our specific Rite Aid booth that will be on hand for counseling and also to conduct a multitude of health screenings for anybody that's interested. Rite Aid wants to thank the community. We want to thank the great city of Cleveland and all the volunteers who are vital in the success of the Rite Aid Cleveland Marathon. Also want to thank everyone here this evening for your great support of this fantastic event, and we certainly can't wait to be part of the Cleveland experience on Sunday morning. Have a great evening.
I just want to add that a few years ago we did a survey of the runners, and 90% of them said that they would buy services and products from our sponsors over their competitors because of their involvement with our race. The third part of our partnership is a group of individuals that make this event great. They work behind the scenes. They're the talented and hardworking group. The following individuals have a burning desire and passion for the race's success, and I am genuinely proud to work with them. And in some cases, I think I work for them. They are Ralph Staff, our race director, Darla Hudson, Joan Frazee, Jackie Flaherty. Mary Grace McGurk staff. I hired her when she was McGurk. The staff came after her. Lee Greenfelder, Howard Mack. Tim Yanko, Bernie staff. She became the staff about 43 years ago. Beth Selinger, Brian Diddy, Jeff Blaze, Jeff Craig. Andrew Wonders, Jack Ancliffe, Chris Tatro, John Tote, and David Sims. They've been with us for 30 years. The last three guys, they don't know any better. Tatro, Tote, and Sims have been at this race for 30 years working. Francis, Chris, and Michelle Michaels from Tenable Protective Services. Rob Powers, our announcer. Dan Gilmore, from Highway Technology. I'd like to personally thank each of them, and I've heard you applaud 4 times. I'd like you to be a little more enthusiastic in applauding for these people, because they're the reason this race exists. So please applaud for them. A little louder. A little bit more. Slovenia. And, well, it's not it, but anyway. He's back, he'll be here Sunday. He's our honorary Grand Marshal. Joe's opened many doors for us, and he's been responsible, along with the directors of the CNBC, for filling all the potholes. This may be the first time in Cleveland that the runners will not have to deal with potholes. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Enjoy the evening. We'll be back here next year for the 35th Rite Aid Cleveland Marathon on May 20th, 2012. Thank you. Enjoy yourself.